Odessa and Big Spring. This is ABC Big 2 News at 10.
Developing now at 10, a mass shooting at a shopping mall in Columbia, South Carolina. Tonight, at least 10 people were shot. Good evening, I'm Rob Tuke. Thanks for joining us tonight. Police have detained 3 people. All of this happened this afternoon at the Columbia Shopping Center. 2 of the shooting victims were critically injured. 2 others were injured in a stampede, but no deaths were reported. The injured victims ranged in age from 15 to 73. Police say the shooting was not random, and it apparently stemmed from a conflict among the suspects.
What we know is at least 3 people were seen with firearms inside the mall, and at least 1 person fired a weapon. That could change.
Now to an update we first shared with you as breaking news last night on ABC Big 2 News at 10 o'clock. A deadly shooting investigation in Odessa. We now know the name of a man shot and killed outside of a DK convenience store. Police say 49-year-old Sean McCracken was found dead from a gunshot wound. Police first got the call around 8:20 last night at 10th and Dixie, again in Odessa. Investigators say the suspect, 26-year-old Isaiah Renteria, got into a verbal argument with the victim. The argument escalated and ended only when McCracken was killed. The 26-year-old suspect, Isaiah Renteria, has been charged with first-degree murder. Also in Odessa, 30-year-old Marsha Beltran has been charged with robbery. The accused getaway driver, 25-year-old Jesus Saralegui, was also charged. His mugshot was not available. Police say Beltran and Saralegui robbed a local dollar store on East 8th Street on Wednesday. An affidavit says Beltran fought with store employees after a worker confronted her over shoplifting. Now Beltran and the accused getaway driver were arrested in the parking lot. Tonight, DPS is investigating a deadly crash involving a motorcycle in West Odessa. The crash happened last night around 8:20 near the intersection of 16th Street and FM 1936. DPS said the motorcycle collided with another vehicle, and we're told 1 person riding the motorcycle has died. Another has been hospitalized. And now to Brewster County, where 45 undocumented migrants have been detained, and tonight they are being deported. It's the result of a joint operation between the Brewster County Sheriff's Office, Border Patrol, DPS, Air Operations, and Homeland Security. And Governor Abbott is in Bell County today, touring tornado damage. He held a briefing on the recovery efforts there.
It's just heartbreaking to see the damage that is caused, to see the people who have lost homes, who've lost so much of life, but churches completely decimated. But in typical Texas fashion, we have people who are stepping up and responding in an extraordinary way, working to very swiftly rebuild the community, rebuild the damage, to show the typical Texas resiliency of the way we respond in the aftermath of challenges.
The governor, who is in the town of Salado, said the top issue right now is debris removal. And taking a live look now from our Midland Tower camera, it's been mostly sunny today and definitely warm. ABC Big 2's Bridget Sarpong joins us now with a check on our local weather.
And now your forecast first on ABC Big 2 News.
Well, everyone, happy Saturday. It's Easter weekend and it's super exciting, so I got the peeps up for my graphic. This morning we were able to enjoy a high of 59 degrees. Then later on today we enjoyed 75, and then tonight is when we cooled down just a little bit over to 57 degrees. So definitely not too bad. I'll have more of this Easter's forecast on the show. Back over to you, Rob.
Well, thank you, Bridget. President Biden is reversing direction on some oil drilling. The Biden administration said it will resume oil and gas development on federal lands. The decision is seen as a backtrack campaign pledge after Biden said he would stop drilling on federal lands during his run for the presidency. Environmental groups slammed the president as showing weak climate leadership, while oil industry leaders say the move didn't open up drilling fast enough. And it's shaping up to be an expensive Easter and Passover weekend for those who celebrate. War, shortages, and even a bird flu are making things pricier than ever for this year's holidays. ABC's Lauren Blanchard is in Washington with more.
Sky-high prices have holiday shoppers hoping to fill tables and baskets hopping mad.
It definitely seems like some items have almost doubled. Some are like a half of a price more.
In March, inflation increased 8.5% more than a year ago, a 40-year high. The administration acknowledges Americans are hurting, but passes blame to the pandemic and the war in Ukraine.
And we all agree it's a huge problem. It's the #1 issue in polls. Everyone thinks costs are too high.
This year, the White House Easter egg roll is back, but the price of eggs, nothing to celebrate. Due to inflation and a bird flu outbreak, they're up 11.2% over last year. Other Passover and Easter favorites are up as well.
When we talk about certain food categories, like, for example, eggs, ham, dairy products, fish, salmon, these are up double digits.
Not sweet, candy up 7.6%, toys up 2%. Some analysts agree with the administration it's only temporary.
So supply chains are going to start getting fixed. That all bodes well for lower inflation as we move into the latter part of the year.
Some Republicans say the record inflation is from Democratic policies.
Everything they do is counter to solving the problem in front of us. But if we'd act faster and more boldly, it wouldn't have to be all that long.
And across Texas tonight, 2 men have been arrested in a deadly shooting from a vehicle in which a Dallas Cowboys player was riding in. Dallas cornerback Kelvin Joseph was a passenger in an SUV back in March when shots rang out. 1 man was killed. Now tonight, a 28-year-old man and a 21-year-old man were arrested and identified as the shooters. Joseph's lawyer said his client was just a passenger in the car and was unarmed. A Houston man has been charged with murder after police say he led officers on a car chase that ended with a multi-car collision. The Houston Police Department said an officer tried pulling the suspect over for reckless driving. They believe the driver was part of a group known for street takeovers. An innocent driver in one of the cars was killed at the scene. A female passenger was hospitalized. The suspect has been identified by police as 21-year-old Damian West. He's now in jail. Also in Harris County, a massive meth bust. Inside this trailer home, Harris County deputies found $2 million worth of meth. It was all being made with a fully functional lab setup. And here's how police found out. The mom called 911 saying she was too high to care for her kids. ABC's Jessica Wiley reports.
It's crazy. I never see something like that.
Neighbors were shocked to learn about the big drug bust on their street. Nearly 200 kilos of both crystal and liquid meth seized out of what narcotics officers described as a fully functional meth lab inside this mobile home.
It's dangerous. I can't believe it. I can't believe it. I don't know what happened with this family. Is something wrong in their brains?
According to the Harris County Sheriff's Office, a woman called 911 saying she was too high to take care of her 2-year-old son. When deputies arrived on Scenic Lake Drive, they suspected a drug lab inside, backed out, and called for assistance. The Houston Police Department's high-hazard clandestine lab team, along with the Sheldon Fire Department and the Harris County Fire Marshal's office, were called out. They were there for hours, and Sky Eye was above. Officers had to wear hazmat suits and use oxygen tanks to enter. The sheriff's office says the woman was arrested. Her son turned over to CPS. Neighbors say many more people are usually at the home and that they just moved in. They suspected nothing.
When I go out with my 2 dogs, I see 2 ladies in there, but really quiet.
Coming up tonight on ABC Big 2 News at 10 o'clock, a group of transit workers get honored after their brave actions during a subway mass shooting that saved lives. And Sin City is getting ready for the NFL draft. More than 500,000 people are expected near the Bellagio on the Strip. We take a look at the fan experience next.
And well, friends, Easter weekend has arrived and today's temperatures sat fair and warm. Will tomorrow's temperatures be perfect enough for an Easter egg hunt? I'll have that answer after the break.
We're checking out. We'll miss you. How was your stay?
We travel all over, and this hotel is our favorite.
We love the free breakfast buffet in the mornings and the omelet station.
My favorite thing is the super fast Wi-Fi in the room. I can get my work done and plug my PS4 into that huge 50-inch TV and game all night.
This is the best sleep I've ever had on the most comfortable bed. And I love the Starbucks coffee and the Bath & Body Works soaps in the room. We'll see you again soon.
The MCM Grande Hotel and Fun Dome, Odessa.
My auntie called me. She said, Uncle's had a heart attack. I needed him to be here.
Your heart isn't just yours. Protect it with Bayer Aspirin. Be sure to talk to your doctor before you begin an aspirin regimen.
Think premium can't be capable? Think again. Introducing the first ever AT4 lineup. Premium and capable. That's professional grade from GMC. Step up to GMC with 0% financing on these GMC models. We are professional grade GMC.
The Vineyard, Midland's premier master planned community, impeccable high-end luxury with resort-style amenities. These Silverleaf homes are located close to Green Tree Country Club and are walking distance to Faskin Elementary. Contact Alexa to schedule your private showing.
Living with metastatic breast cancer means being relentless because every day matters. And having more of them is possible with Verzenio, the only one of its kind proven to help you live significantly longer when taken with fulvestrant, regardless of menopause status.
Verzenio plus fulvestrant is for HR-positive, HER2-negative metastatic breast cancer that has progressed after hormone therapy. Diarrhea is common, may be severe, or cause dehydration or infection. At the first sign, call your doctor, start an antidiarrheal, and drink fluids. Before taking Verzenio, tell your doctor about any fever, chills, or other signs of infection. Verzenio may cause low white blood cell counts, which may cause serious infection that can lead to death. Life-threatening lung inflammation can occur. Tell your doctor about any new or worsening trouble breathing, cough, or chest pain. Serious liver problems can happen. Symptoms include fatigue, appetite loss, stomach pain, and bleeding or bruising. Blood clots that can lead to death have occurred. Tell your doctor if you have pain or swelling in your arms or legs, shortness of breath, chest pain, and rapid breathing or heart rate, or if you are nursing, pregnant, or plan to be.
Every day matters, and I want more of them.
Ask your doctor about everyday Verzenio.
Get ready for your day with meteorologist Ryan DePhillips. Now, your local weather authority forecast.
Well, friends, happy Saturday, but also happy Easter weekend. Today's temperature is not bad for the basin. Today, just 8 degrees warmer. Our average for this time in April is 81 degrees, but today we managed to get up to 89 degrees. So again, 8 degrees warm. A warm day in the basin, but not as warm as how we were back in 1937 when we were sitting at 96 degrees. Taking a look at our lows, we did come in even warm for that as well. Our average for this time in April is definitely 52 degrees, but today we came in at 59 degrees, so not bad at all for the basin. Actually, speaking of the basin, taking a look at our high wind gusts, we have seen a lot of wind these past couple of weeks, and really the entire Permian Basin has been sitting in a double digits. In the Middle Odessa area, 32 miles per hour was the highest for today. In Big Spring, 28 miles per hour. In Snyder, tied with Hobbs, sitting at 31 miles per hour. In Seminole, 33 miles per hour. So pretty much a windy kind of day in the basin, except for in Alpine and in Dryden, where they're sitting at, still their upper digits, but just in their teens compared to everyone else. Now, currently in this moment, we are dipping our temperatures into 49-degree temperatures. That's because our sunset set around 8:19 p.m. Taking a look at our humidity, not too bad, 16%. Our dew point 8. And then our winds traveling pretty calm right now in this moment, east 7 miles per hour. Now going into tomorrow morning, we will have a mild kind of start sitting in our 50s. It's going to be sunny for those going on to church, but also it is going to be windy. Winds will be traveling northwest 10 to 15 miles per hour. Now really exciting because it's Easter weekend, and you know what that means. It means the chocolates, it means the Easter egg hunt, it means the Easter eggs, and really as we start off, yeah, it's going to be mild. We will be sitting in our 50s, pretty sunny. We get into noon sitting at 75 degrees, and then we get to 4 p.m. so we're going to start increasing our temperatures, sitting at 88 degrees. Super exciting, perfect enough for whatever outdoor activity you do have. And speaking of outdoor activities, our allergy report does show we do have a couple things sitting pretty high. Our tree pollen and also our dust pollen sitting pretty high, but then we have our weeds and our grass, but also our mold sitting pretty low for in the moment and for tomorrow as well, which actually is going to be not too bad because our winds won't be too bad at all. 7 a.m. we will be sitting in our single digits, 4 miles per hour in the Midland Odessa Odessa area. Then we increase into our teens. By the time we get into 5 p.m., that's when we'll be sitting at 13 miles per hour, tying in Wink and in Midland, Odessa area. And then we get to 12 miles per hour in Hobbs, and then in Snyder and in Big Spring. And then as we make our way into the evening, we do get and still remain in our double digits. And then some areas will be sitting in their single digits. So definitely not too bad whatsoever. That 7-day forecast is going to show that it's going to be a nice kind of Sunday. 89 degrees, perfect enough for the East to close out Easter weekend, perfect enough for, you know, egg hunts and grilling out, because we don't have a fire weather warning at all, so perfect enough for that. Rob, 89 degrees to close out Easter weekend, 89 degrees to egg hunt, Easter egg hunt, 89 degrees to chill out, grill, just 89 degrees and sunny.
No, absolutely. And I'm most excited about those Easter baskets and all the chocolates, but Bridget, I've got a head start on Easter. I've been eating those Peeps and those candies weeks ago, so I need to stop it.
Sweet tooth, that's what you got.
Exactly that. Thanks so much. Well, the city of Odessa shared these photos and video tonight, saying on Facebook their spring fling egg hunt was a success. All of this happened today at Sherwood Park with the Easter Bunny in attendance, of course. There was music, kites, candy, and prizes, and of course, an abundance of eggs. The city said thank you to all the volunteers and the sponsors who were there. And the Alpine Police Department shared this video this morning, the annual Kiwanis Easter egg hunt at Coconut Park. Looks like some adults got in on the fun too. Never too old for an Easter egg hunt. In Vatican City, Pope Francis attended the Easter Vigil service in St. Peter's Basilica, along with 5,000 other congregants. During the vigil, Pope Francis condemned the war in Ukraine. The Mass was also attended by Ivan Fedorov, the mayor of Melitopol, who was detained by Russian forces last month and later freed in a prisoner exchange. Now, right now, various bird species are migrating in Texas. Some of those species can be seen on South Padre Island. The South Padre Island Birding Nature Center and Alligator Sanctuary is a rest stop for thousands of birds along their migration route. The center says the birds make a 600-mile flight across the Gulf of Mexico before getting to South Padre Island. Bird migration attracts bird watchers from across the country, and the migration starts in March, and it will peak during the next 2 weeks. Migration ends in early May.
Before the migration, we start to prep our habitats and make sure that for when they arrive, that the habitats are in their prime, offering as much food as possible, insects, berries, so that when the birds arrive, tired after crossing the Gulf of Mexico, they can find the energy they need to keep going wherever they're going.
And that's the center's naturalist educator. Gonzalez adds, during this peak time, people can see about 75 to being recognized for their quick thinking. They jumped into action during Tuesday's mass shooting in New York City. The shooting left 29 people hurt, including 10 with gunshot wounds. And when there was confusion and chaos during the gunfire and in the smoke, those employees rushed passengers to safety. People say what they did was heroic. ABC's Janae Norman has more.
The brave MTA employees risking their own safety, responding to Tuesday's terrifying subway attack, speaking out.
Passengers was coming off the train, falling to the floor.
Other ones running and screaming and yelling, "There's a shooter, we need help."
First responders arriving to the 36th Street subway station in Brooklyn, where authorities believe 62-year-old Frank James set off a smoke grenade and shot 10 people. According to police, the suspect initially blending in with panicked passengers trying to escape. In the heat of the chaos, train operator David Artis and conductor Raven Haynes telling ABC News they tried to keep their composure despite not knowing where the suspect was or whether they were still in danger.
Natural instincts kicked in, and the reality was that our first priority was our riders.
We told the rest of the customers, if you're not injured, get on the train.
Then staying behind to lead first responders to the victims. City leaders hailing their swift actions for saving lives.
You risk real danger to save the lives of everyday New Yorkers. When bullets were flying, 33 to be exact, you stayed calm, stayed focused, and you saved lives.
And now your ABC Big 2 Sports.
In just 2 weeks, more than 500,000 people will gather near the Bellagio in Las Vegas for the NFL Draft. And setup for the 3-day event is now underway. Our Joe Moeller is out on the Strip with a look at all of the work to set up the fan experience.
Take a walk down the Link Promenade to the High Roller. Walk under it and you will be in the NFL Draft experience. This massive tent, along with other stages, are already being set up. In 2 weeks, you will find exhibits, activities, shops, and experiences where you can see Super Bowl rings and much more. The entire event is free and open to the public. Fans can watch at the Draft Theater, where NFL prospects will take the stage after being selected to a team.
We'll be watching.
Between the experience setup and the red carpet being put on the Bellagio fountains, visitors Denise and Gary Friedel say this is the football draft they expected would happen here.
With all the different teams coming to town and stuff now, it makes a big difference. Another draw.
Yeah, that's Vegas for you. Yeah, bigger the better.
The bigger the better. All right, that was Joe Moeller reporting. The draft will be from Thursday, April 28th to Sunday, the 30th. Now, ESPN's audio issues weren't the only disruption for tonight's NBA playoff game between the Minnesota Timberwolves and Memphis Grizzlies. A protester chained himself to the basket.
Shooting the free throw. There she is. She just pulled off her. She had the towel on. Yeah, and I think she was trying to look like maybe she was part of the ball crew.
Now, the game was brought to a halt in the second quarter when a protester chained herself to the basket in Memphis's FedEx Forum. Once the protester was noticed, it took more than a minute for security to cut the chain and haul her off the court. According to a press release, Direct Action Everywhere, a grassroots animal rights network, claimed responsibility for tonight's protest. And tonight, consider a 55-year-old cold case solved, all thanks to childhood friends of a murdered victim. Coming up tonight, how they managed to identify the killer.
It's Chevy Truck Month, and it's time to add the perfect accessories to your new Chevy. Make it bolder. Make it work harder. Make it your own. Find new possibilities. Find new roads. Very well-qualified buyers can get 0% financing on most Chevy pickup trucks. Plus, now during Truck Month, get a $1,000 accessory allowance toward the eligible purchase of a new Chevy truck with accessories. Chevy drives Texas. Find new roads.
Share West Texas takes it back to the 90s this year. Join us in your freshest 90s outfit for a chance to win a prize. The largest walk in the Permian Basin, celebrating all individuals with special needs, not just those with autism. Profits from this event go to funding Share programs for kids and their families. The mile-long walk will take place April 23rd at the Grande Communications Stadium. To join, give, or form a team, visit Share West Texas on Facebook or call 432-818-1257.
Don't miss the Flecha Azul Tacos and Tequila Festival, Saturday, May 14th, downtown Odessa. Presented by Ron Hoover RV and Marine, along with Downtown Odessa Inc., KMID Big 2, and West Texas Radio. Tickets are on sale now at WTXEvents.com. Enjoy amazing tacos, food trucks, Flecha Azul Premium Tequila, contest, and a concert from the Damn Torpedoes, a tribute to Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers.
Don't come around here.
The Flecha Azul Tacos and Tequila Festival. Go to WTXEvents.com.
You miss it, don't you? The news.
Aren't you tired of all that noise?
Well, it's time to come back. Come back to something different.
I've never seen anything like this, Ashley.
Come back to the stories all the others ignore. We bring you a teenager who has been found safe. Come back to a place where your family, your kids,
your freedom really matter.
We are so much greater than the things that divide us.
Come back to the news.
News Nation.
News for all America.
Real Steel. Find yours at steeldealers.com.
New at 10, a 55-year-old cold case is solved. But it's how it was solved that is getting attention tonight. Decades after a teen was abducted for ransom, police say it was the mob who ordered the young man to be taken and murdered in retaliation for his dad's tinkering in the mob's finances. ABC's Kaylee Beeson has the story.
March 28, 1966, a man broke into a Surfside, Florida home and tied up the Goldman family, parents Aaron and Sally, and their 17-year-old son, Danny. The intruder demanding $10,000. When the family couldn't come up with the money on the spot, the gunman took Danny as ransom and told his parents to wait for his call.
Since we will not imperil the safety of our son, and our only interest is his safe return, we have asked the authorities, and they have agreed to leave us entirely alone in negotiating with the real kidnapper.
The case garnered national attention.
And right about now, just about the hour that young Danny Goldman was kidnapped yesterday morning, the waiting must be just about the toughest.
But the call never came. Danny was never seen again. Decades later, the Miami-Dade police declared the case solved with the help of Danny's childhood friends, who worked behind the scenes to put pieces of the mystery together. They discovered it was the mob who killed Danny and took him on a boat and dumped him in the Atlantic Ocean.
During the course of the investigation, it was discovered that Aaron Goldman was on the board of directors for a local bank and testified to federal authorities 2 days prior to the abduction of his son regarding illegal activities occurring at his bank. We believe Daniel's abduction was retaliation for Aaron's cooperation with federal authorities.
Specifically, a mob hitman was the man who broke into the Goldman home in 1966.
The suspect, who was responsible for the abduction of 17-year-old Daniel Goldman, has been identified as George DeFeese.
Danny's parents died in 2010 and 2012, never knowing the outcome of the case. But his mother left behind a note to never forget her son Danny. His friends never did. Between the friends sleuthing and the Miami-Dade cold case unit working on the Goldman case, it's now considered closed all these years later.
After a 2-year pause, one of the most popular music festivals on the West Coast is underway. Coming up after the break, we make a pit stop in Coachella.
ABC Big 2 Sports, brought to you by Glasheen Vaez and Enderman Injury Lawyers.
Your journey is just getting started.
Sunday and Monday, your favorite idols return.
Everybody stand up.
And for the first time of the season, we go live.
We see your future on American Idol.
American Idol Sunday and Monday on ABC.
From contemporary to modern furniture and home decor to gifts for any occasion, Perch has something for everyone. The only visual comfort lighting gallery in West Texas and unique pieces not found anywhere else in Midland. We offer custom orders as well to fit your specific need. Many of our items are available for you to take home the same day. Come shop our ever-growing inventory and see why we are the Pillow Store. Perch Home Store and Gifts. Unique luxury pieces at affordable prices.
We're surprising teachers with gifts. I'll show up to a class with my surprise squad all school year. If you want to nominate a teacher, head to yourbasin.com.
Teacher Surprise Squad is sponsored by Pioneer Natural Resources.
Think premium can't be capable? Think again. Introducing the first ever AT4 lineup. Premium and capable. That's professional grade from GMC. Step up to GMC with 0% financing on these GMC models. We are professional grade GMC.
Stay in the game and recover like the pros with ProSource Hydration in Midland.
Trending tonight, the Coachella Music and Arts Festival. The first weekend is officially underway, and there's a special energy this year given it's the big comeback after 2 years of cancellations. ABC's Shelby Nelson shows us the
2 years later, sold-out tickets, tens of thousands of people from all over the world flocking to the desert for the one and only Coachella.
I ordered my tickets in 2019. I was worried about it. My tickets aren't getting shipped. They got shipped. I'm so happy I'm here right now with my best friends ever. And then we're just having a great time.
Yeah.
And it's going to be epic.
I come for the experience of 21 years. I'm here for the music and, just getting away. I think people are waiting 2 years for this.
But wait no longer. Friday kicking off the 2-weekend event with big-name artists like Harry Styles. Then on Saturday and Sunday, Billie Eilish and The Weeknd, replacing Kanye West or Ye that dropped out last minute. But everybody's got a preference.
Swedish House Mafia.
Meg Thee Stallion.
Baby Keem.
Louis the Child.
Harry Styles, baby! Woo!
Chami, baby.
Fred again.
Probably Harry Styles.
Can you sing me a lyric?
Sure. It's like strawberries on a summer evening.
It's the first time Coachella is back after taking a 2-year hiatus during the pandemic. Festival organizer Golden Voice announcing vaccines and testing will not be required for entry.
I love you, Mom. Have fun at home. Don't worry about me. We're going to be safe.
Yeah, he knows what his mom needs to hear. That was Shelby Nelson reporting. Now, candy is the only thing that makes an Easter basket complete. And recently, a study shows which candy Americans prefer most to use in Easter baskets. Check it out. Delivery platform Instacart looked at purchase data and a Harris poll. Cadbury's cream egg and Reese's peanut butter eggs dominated 88% of the country. But America also enjoys jelly beans, chocolate kisses, and Jelly Bird eggs. I don't blame them. 5 states love marshmallow chicks. And coming up after the break, Bridget will have one last look at the forecast. Stay tuned.
Just 3 words tell you everything you need to know. They tell you why we employ more than 2,000 workers at our factory in Virginia Beach. Not everyone can say them, but we can. Made in America. Visit your local dealer for the Made in America BGA 57 battery blower. Real steel. Find yours.
You have cancer. Sure wasn't expecting that. Not with these two. But my team at Texas Oncology has been right there for me. They said my family is a huge part of my treatment plan. Well, I'll tell you one thing. Right here is where I want to be. I'll see you in the morning.
Professionally trained account executives help businesses get results through advertising. We are a results-driven team. Our ABC Big 2 account executives love helping your business tell your story to over 500,000 people in West Texas. We want to be your marketing partner. We're on fire about growing your business.
Hey sis, check out this cute spot. Bougie. I prefer my coffee with a view. Time to put the work in. Safety first.
The 2022 Chevy Blazer and Trailblazer with standard Chevy Safety Assist, part of the Chevy family of SUVs. Find new experiences. Find new roads.
Very well qualified buyers can get 0% financing on most Chevy vehicles. New models are arriving weekly. Secure yours today. See your Permian Basin Chevy dealers.
Well, friends, let's take one last look at that 7-day forecast. Easter weekend is here. A great day today, but even greater tomorrow. A fair day today, but tomorrow's going to be sunny. The sky's going to be blue. No cloud in sight whatsoever, except for some couple areas. But 89 degrees, definitely not too bad. It's going to be sunny, no rain. Perfect enough for any Easter egg kind of hunt that you do have going on, filled with some Reese's Pieces or even some marshmallow chicks, either or, whatever they're filled with. And then we get into the rest of that upcoming week, and we'll hit our 90s. Rob, at Wednesday, 95 degrees, Thursday, 94. Super exciting. I'm really excited about, possibly partaking in an Easter egg hunt.
It's the perfect weather to be outside, but also the perfect weather for sunburns, too.
That's true.
And also pool season.
It is.
Time to get in the pool. I didn't ask you, but what's your favorite candy, Bridget?
Oh, that's hard. I'm gonna go for Reese's Pieces.
Same.
Okay, there we go.
Minds think alike, right?
Exactly.
Well, that's all the time we have for news. Thank you so much for joining us. We'll see you tomorrow night.